Amazing Atheist, regarding your another video about etc., what you've presented here is a fairly typical hack job on the works and thoughts of Ayn Rand. You engage in slobbering vilification without demonstrating even a rudimentary comprehension of what she actually said. The extent of your misrepresentation is such that I'm just going to touch on a few points.
And according to objectivists, charity is a neutral act. It isn't bad or good, and I haven't really read any Rand that stated that charity was bad.
Here we have one of a number of curious claims you make. I'd like you to point out exactly where in Atlas Shrugged it specifically stated that charity per se is bad. Ayn Rand did not state that charity was evil. She believed that one's needs do not constitute a moral club to hold over the head of others. Charity should be a matter of choice. It is not an obligation nor justification for coercion and expropriation. Perhaps not, but you're also utterly incorrect. The group you've referred to takes no action against society. Rather, they set out to remove themselves from society and let those that vilify them exist without them. She declared altruism, valuing others above oneself, is morally improper. This is not the same thing as being against charity. But charity cannot exist without prosperity, and that charity is not a central value nor a moral imperative. If you feel there's value in helping someone, then it's perfectly proper to do so. She stated that self-sacrifice is on its face evil. To sacrifice is to trade something of greater value for something of lesser value. If, for example, you value your children more than going out and partying constantly, it's not a sacrifice to stay home and care for your children. She did not believe in self-sacrifice, but she did believe in voluntary cooperation for mutual benefit. Fighting as a member of the armed forces isn't a sacrifice if the alternative is to live as a slave. This is utter nonsense. I defy you to show where she advocated genocide. Interesting that you chose Hitler as an icon, since Hitler was all for altruism. His statist fascism declared that all should be subservient to the whole. In fact, this is at the center of all statist doctrines. The degree of misrepresentation and utter factual inaccuracy you've attempted to foist on the world here is absolutely mind-boggling. You could not be more full of shit. It's almost like you hadn't actually read the book. Oh, wait, what do you know? To quote you, "Ha! Thing is, I've read extensive synopses and dissertations on the book, just not the book itself in its entirety. How could anyone? How could anyone read it? I suppose by opening the book and processing the text on the pages, as so many have done. So the utter ignorance you've demonstrated here is not accidental. The fact that you're too lazy to actually read the book doesn't in any way diminish your intellectual dishonesty in making baseless and false representation, and further co-opting the false words of others, such as the utter nonsense uttered by that asshole Whittaker Chambers in his own hack review from the 50s. This has demonstrated to me that your credibility is in question, to say the least. You claim to be an atheist, but you've demonstrated an illogic and obliviousness to factual integrity that would rival the worst Bible-thumping charlatan. So in light of the crap you've presented, I propose that